So I had quite a few traumatic experiences, like a bad breakup and the loss of a very close friend in 2015/2016, and I had um, some symptoms of like panic attacks and issues with sleeping, and then racing thoughts and things like that. And I realized pretty quickly that I was emotionally, mentally, psychologically really unwell. So I went. I had already previously had counselling, and I went back to my counsellor. Um, and she's really brilliant, but I felt like she was a little bit too maybe pragmatic in her approach, and because she had like two master's degrees and stuff like that, so she was using like a very clinical way of treating me, and I felt like I needed something a little bit less clinical, maybe more spiritual, because my mind is more geared that way. So yeah, I can't remember how I found you, to be honest, but I think I was just searching people either on Facebook or on Google, and then I found came across your profile, and then I found around a few people, and then when we spoke on the phone, I felt like you could help me, and I liked the things that you were saying, and I felt like you were spiritually minded as well. So yeah, I just wanted to take a different path to healing because I'd tried so many other routes, and none of them worked to what I would have liked, because I was still. But when I first came to see you, I was still completely exhausted. I had some serious issues with like not being able to exercise and stuff like that, because I was having like a response to exercise certain foods and stuff. So yeah, and then I think we had about 8 sessions, and then we continued with some more after that. But I just found like I was speaking to somebody who could help to heal me in another way. So that's kind of like why I tried your approach, which really helped. I think somewhat having somebody to listen to me, like I felt that you were really good at like holding space for me. And I think the problem when you've got racing thoughts is a lot of people don't understand that that's all they are really. Like a lot of the time they're not how you really feel. They just thoughts that are running through your mind, and you can't like exit them from your mind. And I found that like the way you listened to me really helped. Like you didn't condescend to me, or um you didn't you didn't make me feel like my thoughts were invalid. And yeah, that was really nice, because I think that's what a lot of people do. I think with it's particularly, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but as a man I feel like that has been my experience. When we talk about our problems, most men just sort of brush them aside, and I think even probably even people close to me do that. I'll say how I feel, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, but this, but that, oh, you'll get over it, you'll be fine. Even the doctors told me, this is a time to be a man, and all this sort of stuff. um and yeah, I didn't feel like you did that at all. I liked being able to say whatever I felt, and I felt listened to, especially when I talked about stuff that was really impacting me in 2020 with the racism stuff. And that's really hard to talk to somebody who hasn't directly dealt with that. But you didn't again condescend to me, and you listened, and it was really, really nice. And I have lots of people from white communities who are my friends, because I grew up in a white area, and that hasn't always been my experience when talking about racism. Most people just shut you down. So yeah, it was really nice to talk about everything, even the stuff that you probably couldn't understand. Yeah, I felt really listened to. I think the most important thing I took was from it was that talking about everything and anything shouldn't be a taboo. So like I talked to you about um issues within my relationship that were personal to me, that I wouldn't have never discussed with anybody. And I didn't feel like I couldn't do that. So I think from that what I've started doing more is actually discussing things like that with some of my closer friends, not all of my friends, but like my closer friends. And I feel more comfortable doing that now, for sure. So yeah, there's definitely things I wouldn't have spoken to people about, and I don't think that's a healthy way to manage like stress and emotional issues and stuff. I think finding the right person to listen to, like I have got some really good friends, um and I speak to them more openly. about stuff that I would have previously not spoken to anyone about. Our world's better. Yeah, I think obviously it's not just the coaching. The coaching sessions I really loved, which is why I continue to have them even after the 8 that you recommended. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it like a permanent part of my life where I have, big events that happen, and I have someone that I can discuss absolutely anything with, and I didn't have to filter any of my thoughts really. So yeah, I think I'll continue to keep talking to people about stuff, but I'll definitely continue to keep coming to see you. And yeah, I would recommend for anyone to do that. I think particularly men, because we're just told from a young age that we're not supposed to have emotions, and not every man, like I wasn't particularly told that, but I felt it from things that I witnessed in the media and film and TV. And you saw the man being the strong guy, well, I know now, I no longer see that as strength. I see that as weakness. But the person, holding in their emotions and not showing how they feel and stuff like that, you get influenced by those things. But yeah, I'm no longer that way, I don't think. Yeah, I agree. Vulnerability is really important to be able to show children that that's what they should be doing. Like I've seen teachers telling kids like not to cry and stuff like that, which to me doesn't really make any sense anymore.
You do seem like you're doing better, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually breathe. It's
Yeah.
really strange saying that, because the last 6 years I haven't been able to breathe effectively. And I've been going back to the gym like once a week now, and it's been really nice. I've been taking it really carefully, and maybe in a month or two I'll up it to twice a week. And yeah, I didn't have that. That was nowhere before I saw you. There was absolutely no way that I saw that. And actually, the reason I went back to the doctors was part of something that you said. You were saying to me about the anxiety that I said I was suffering, and you said to me it didn't sound like it was just anxiety. And then I spoke to my brother-in-law, who said to me to go and seek a blood test from the doctor. He said they should have given that to you, 6 years ago. And as soon as they did the blood test, they were like B12 low, vitamin D low, cholesterol high. And I was like, yeah, of course my cholesterol is high. I can't exercise. And yeah, I feel so much better because of the things. I think that I always feel like the little things are important, and sometimes one sentence somebody makes can make you make a big decision, and that can have a big impact. I think that's why I feel so much better, because I've taken some more steps to get more help from the doctors and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, the fact that I can breathe is huge. I remember when I came to see you, and when I'm under a little bit of anxiety, and obviously counseling sessions, I'm not, because you're talking about things that aren't always like safe places. You're quite vulnerable, and they're like in your head. You're talking about them, and your brain is like firing off danger signals, and your anxiety levels go up. And I felt my sort of like intestinal wall tightening up, and I couldn't breathe properly. But that hasn't happened in ages. Like not. It used to be a daily, it used to be an hourly occurrence, and now I would say it's like weekly, maybe like once a week. I might feel it. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling better. I'm glad that you think I'm glowing, because I feel that way. So